Alright guys, we're finally here. Really weird. Pluggy glitched my potions. I had a bunch of potions laid out, and then I come back to my game and they all just suddenly just disappeared on me. I had them scattered everywhere, so I don't know what the hell that's about. Yeah, so a few things changed. I just put a random jewel in our sword, so we have that. And then I gave Merc here Rattle Cage with a 25% crushing blow. And then I gave him Rock Stopper. Surprisingly, Vitality does not affect your Mercenary, so it's just straight health. So, but he has that damage reduced by 10% in that fast hit recovery, so we should be good. Let's do this. Got one down. We're not even barely hitting him if we're hitting him at all. No, we're hitting them, just extremely slow. And a lot of missing. Yeah, we beat the Ancients. We would have never beaten them on player 7, I can flat out tell you that. That just would have never happened. So, there's that. 300 health, 279 mana, and whatever the percentage. 89%? That's still not bad. I expected a lot worse than just 89%. And Mana Shield actually saved us, so... Oh, and it was 14 minutes for Mana Shield. I was wrong with the whole 10-minute thing, so... let's see how far we can get with Baal. We might just be able to knock this out this week, so... we'll see. I'm just going to teleport through all this crap. I'm not going to bother fighting half this junk that's in here, because it's not going to be worth any experience. World Stone Keep 2 is where all your main experience is just going to straight come from. Too much knockback and like too much magic you have to deal with in order just to deal with it. So it's just not worth it. Oh, and schedule-wise too, the first Wednesday of April is when I'll be going back to work full-time. So, that being that, you'll get videos, or how far we get into that future, you should get videos sometime that week, but the schedule will be the same. You'll pretty much get 2 videos a week, so Monday and Tuesday, since that'll be my main open days, and possibly Wednesday. But since I'm going back to full-time, stuff like that, you know, there's a lot of stalking and grinding and crap like that we have to do to get set up, so I'm not going to hold any promises in the near future at the moment until I can get a full set schedule, so. Alright, that being that. Alright, let's fight some of these boys. At least gain some experience. That Rattle Cage helped out a lot too. I did give Merc a different weapon, but I noticed that he was actually losing more life with the new weapon that I gave him, so I pretty much just switched him back to the Battle Branch so that he'd just stay alive a little longer. But that Crushing Blow should help out against Baal. With Lister, I might glitch him, or I might just straight up fight him. We'll have to see how well Merc can hold him off. Merc has been like hanging on the goddamn cliffs like that. Come on now. The corners. So if I do put this video for finishing off Baal, then we can. What the hell is the day? Today's Tuesday. So yeah, you guys will probably see this on Thursday then. And then that should be the last video for this week. and then we'll take a break after that from Diablo for a bit. And get some like either new walkthrough in for a different game or game reviews. So, but we'll see. Apparently this corner was taken. Go figure. See, that shit I don't like. Especially on hell difficulty and you get pummeled by all that crap. And then it'll basically just like one-shot you. It's like, no, get that. Oh, he's just like immediately just say, you know what, we're gonna start this off. I heard you doing a challenge run. And here you come to try to beat me, and we can't have that happen. Merc should technically be able to beat Lister if he doesn't get ganged up too bad. But Lister's knockback and all that shit's really annoying, so. And I don't think even with my mana shield, I'm going to be able to help out Merc too much. And I found out something else too, that if you press shift 1 through 4, there's poisons becoming a nuisance. It can actually heal your Merc. And I remember there was something like that at the time, but I couldn't remember what the combination was. So it's an easier way instead of having to like drag a potion over and then try to get in just in time to heal your Merc. You can just use shift 1 through 4, whatever healing pots you have on you to heal your Merc. So that's actually really nice. Oh, goddamn allergies. And of course, at the end of the video, we'll go into details about the walkthrough, strategies, guides, and stuff like that to help anyone else who's wanting to do a somewhat of a challenge one like this. That Decrifice is what's really kicking my ass right now. Oh, it's what's really gonna actually hurt Merc a lot too. So we're gonna definitely have to pull some of those minions away as best as possible. What do we got here? Still 85%. That's still not bad. I expected like way lower than that. So we have you little asses. Mark, I'm gonna need you to just scoot on down here to the south side, son. Thank you much. Try to help you out here a bit. Because Baal's like level 65 or 66. So he's got some levels on us. So, but I think... I didn't pick it up, but I know what we will be picking up. We will be picking up Static Field, so I'm going to reset my stats for that momentary moment. And then we'll use that against Baal, and it should reduce health by like half or some crap like that. Let's see how well Merc will hold up. What time is it? I got my big ass drink in the way. I can't really see. We're at 9 minutes. Alright. No. Come on. Come on. You little asses like to gang up on my goddamn mercenary. You can come on down here. One at a time. Oh yeah, that crushing blow is just annihilating them. Okay, yeah. We might even gain our level here. We get lucky enough. Crushing blow with that lifesteal and that fast hit recovery and that damage reduced. Merc should live pretty much through this stuff, I think. Or not. I didn't gain shit with the experience either. Oh, that's like barely anything. That's just not even worth even grinding here unless you're on like a higher difficulty. I expected like to almost gain my level, but not even that. That's a little disappointing. Alright, so let me reset my stats here. That, we want that. This. Go to this BS tree. That's already at 5. So that. So we get that to level 19. And then this is already high enough at 40%. Let's go. Well, we have our thing anyway, so our spirit and stuff like that, so that'll boost that up. So let's dump the rest of the points into our warmth. So 119 to 157. So at a standard damage, we're doing at 290 to 430. Switching this to that. Leaves us with level 22 enchant. Well, that's because we don't have our thing on. And this is absorbing 55%. So with that, we're at 324 to 471. That's still relatively pretty low. And 68% to hit Lister and his boys. So with Baal, that's going to be more interesting. Let me set this, that. Oh shit, you guys are still alive. I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell is this? Okay, he's dead. It's like, that was like kind of a like surprise. It's like when you go into a boss fight and you both swing at each other on 1 HP, and you killed he kills you, but you killed the boss at the same time, but the game still fails you because you still died. Alright, let's go fight Baal.
The power of the world stone washes over me.
That goddamn mana burn shit's gonna be really annoying. But since we can use that, considering it's not a offensive skill, a defensive one. That goddamn mana burn. That crushing blow is wrecking Baal. Get him, Mert! Get him, Mert! That little itty bitty amount of poison and weapon damage that I'm doing. Well, that's Baal. Let's pick out any goodies he might have here. I expect a more hard fight. Like I said, it's on players 1. There ain't no goddamn way I would have beaten Baal on player 7. Just to be completely honest about it.
The last of the three.
Move my big ass ring out of the way. We're at 13 minutes. Alright, so let's go into the details and like that. Let me sell this crap real quick and then we can get talking about it.
Salutations.
Yeah, garbage anyways. So let me move my camera over here since it won't actually block the skills. It's too much. Move my game over here. Alright, so we pretty much finished off on player 7 at Act 4. And that's basically when I had to just, cut it off because when it takes 8 hits to take out just one Doom Knight, and that was just a regular Doom Knight, there was no way I was going to be able to even clear out Chaos, and I would have to fork out an ass ton of money just to get Mercenary. That's even with suited up with the gear that I had. So basically, at player 7 with a enchanted 2-handed sorceress, it got me up to Act 4. You can, if you have access to better weapons and stuff like that than I do, more power to you. But, I had to cut it off right there. There was just no way. And beyond fighting Diablo at player 7 and then going up to Act 5, we would have had to end the walkthrough, and I didn't want to do that. Like I said, I chose Immortal Kings just because it gives you that extra stats. It gives you the increased attack rating. It gives you increased attack speed, mostly just for the stats. And I didn't realize, too, that I was going to use a Spirit instead of the sword that I had, or instead of the shield I had, just for that extra couple points. Monarchs are a level 54 item. I didn't realize that before I went to go. I was like, hey, I got enough strength I can use a monarch, and then I realized that you get to be level 54. So I was like, that's not happening. But yeah, Immortal Kings is a really good one. If you can get up to that strength, you know, I'm set at a base strength at 90 right now before I started just using, you know, grand charms and crap like that and small charms. I mean, just these ones alone is like 10 strength, and I think that was, yeah, so 10 extra strength. Chose using angels because that magic reduced by 3, and you get another one that's magic reduced by 6. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you come across a lot of heavy magic users like Mephisto and Travancore who are going to hit you with that type of stuff, you know, it does make a big difference. Serpentine Viper Magi Armor, always a classic. The only problem is getting to level 29, so it's kind of a real grind. Whatever amulet you want to use, like I said, I chose this one just because of that lifesteal, but you know, has the energy, has the life, the resistances, more so just because of the resistance than anything else. Peasant Crown, always another good one. High defense until you get something like a Shaco, or you want to make your own one like Lore, I think it is, which is like a Soul Ort Rune, or is it Ort Soul? One of the two. But overall, still decent stats. It's kind of like they call it the Broken Man's Shaco, you know, because Shaco's still slightly better because it gives you the magic fly on top of the 2 skills, and actually pretty sure more for vitality and energy. My weapon was the Patriarch. Like I said, I just pretty much put a random jewel in there. Your damage is not going to be as high as mine, but I really chose it because it's a level 29. The jewel is level 30 anyways, so, and even then it was like a real grind to try to find any decent two-handed weapon that sorcerers could even use, and it was not so more through stats, just strictly more through level, because everything else is like early level 40s. So it was just not going to happen to grind the sorceress that high on player 7 and just struggle to try to reach level 40. And we beat the game at level 34. I pretty much just stuck with the grand charms just because more so resistances. If you can get ones that have like the attack rating on top of the 5 maximum, or the maximum amount of damage, you know, that's really going to help out your character a lot. 65%. I was actually a lot higher than I thought it would be. I thought it would have been like in the 50s. But even at 65% with the enchantment that we actually have, that's a lot higher than I ever anticipated to ever hit Baal for. 79, I don't think my shield's even on, you know. So I had my shield presence. Only 4% off, so he still had a 65% chance to hit me, no matter what. So, there's that. Base stats of just the 10 points that you pretty much start out with. I still have the 300 points of health. That's just mostly through my gear. 92 base stats into energy. You're going to need a lot more than just 279 mana. As you can see, around about 40% is when I can say it started making a big difference, when they started taking it out of my actual mana instead of just splitting the damage between my mana and my health. Dexterity, use as much as you need just for your, actually rephrase that, strength, use as much as you need for the weapon you want to use. Dexterity and mana are going to be your main priorities, because you're going to want as much mana as you can until you reach that certain level, and for that is it's level 5, but because I'm using the spirits and that, I have up to level 8, but level 5 is reach 40%. So if you can stack enough mana there, you should be pretty much good. So you really want to focus on your energy and your dexterity, but early on game, I suggest working on your vitality instead of your energy, especially if you have the ability to reset stats like I do with Bluggy. Emir Cargo Buys, I do apologize. Because it's going to make a big difference. You want to try to keep her in there in the fight as long as possible. When it comes to skill wise, you know, get the ones you need for your teleports, playing the sorceress, of course. Your energy shield, which you're not going to get till 24. Your teleport, you're not going to get till level 18 anyways. Until you actually get to enchant, which is still a required level 18 skill, you're really just going to more so focus on just dumping all your points into Frozen Armor, especially if you're doing a defensive one like I am, where it's just strictly defensive skills. You know, focus on Frozen Armor. The rest of them you really don't have to worry about too much because this is still even level 12. You'll have pretty much a high enough defense to where most enemies are not going to be able to touch you whatsoever, and especially if you have a high enough health pool, you're not really going to worry about it. As for mercenary wise, like I said, I stuck with Rattle Cage because of the 25% crushing blow. Attack rating, I believe, does not actually work on mercenaries, so you don't really have to worry about that. But for 25% crushing blow, and with the stat of knocking down Baal through half of his health, he was wrecking Baal with that. Level 29 armor. If you can get a hold of Rockstopper, I highly recommend it. Like I said, Vitality is not based for your mercenary. Only straight health is. So, but because Rockstopper also has the 3 big main resistances, it does not cover poison. So if you have, if you can socket this and stick a high poison resistant jewel and plus any additional stats, highly recommend it. Especially if your mercenary's struggling with poison. As you can see, he only has 66 poison resistance, but it has that damage reduced by 10%. So 10% of the damage he's going to get hit with is going to be reduced by that much. Top of that, 30% faster hit recovery, which is really nice. Weapon rise, I chose a Battle Branch, level 25 item. Has a very fast attack speed. Most pole arms are going to either have normal or very slow attack speed. This one has that, plus an additional 30 increased attack speed, which helps out a lot. Basically he'll be sitting around maybe 40-50% increased attack speed. 55% enhanced damage. Attack range doesn't really matter. The 7% lifesteal doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still going to keep him in the game a bit, unless he's coming across, big mini bosses like Lister the Tormentor, stuff like that, or he's just getting strictly overwhelmed. You want to try to pretty much stack as much defense or health on him as best as possible, or anything that's going to reduce damage to keep him alive. 10 dexterity isn't really going to matter much. It's just for any stats that he might actually need. But you're usually going to get that from your armor or your helmet. But that's it. So we pretty much beat this challenge run. So you guys will see this video on Thursday. Friday you should have some trailer reaction. I have no idea. Haven't decided yet. And then I'll probably take like a week off or so. Or maybe not even a week, just a couple days off. And then we'll start up a new thing. Like I said, I'm going to do some game reviews. I have like 5 or 6 games I want to try, do full test runs, see if they run. And if they do, they'll just slap them for a couple of game reviews for next week. And then some of them are like strategic type of games. And some of them might be actual like full-on walkthroughs so people want to actually see them. So there's that. But stay safe, healthy and sanitize. Make sure you drop a like, think about subscribing, leave comments below. Check out my other Diablo 2 walkthrough videos on my channel. And we're on that road to 500 subs. But I'll make sure to check all those comments and everything else out. I'll see you guys.